Survivor Series War Games was the final premium live event of 2023 for the main roster, and the WWE went out with a bang. From two monumental returns and R-Truth to incredible in-ring action. This event not only had Chicago rocking, but the entire WWE universe as well. Welcome to this edition of Penn State Sports Night. I'm Nico Rodriguez, joined alongside Sports Night's very own Colts of Personality, Joey David and Adrianna Gallucci, where we're going to take a look at what took place Saturday night and what's going to happen next. So guys, the first thing we're going to do is talk about this past Saturday's matchups. And in my personal opinion, I think all of them were not disappointing at all. And so Joey, just give me your opinions and give me a ranking for the matches.
Honestly, we're going to go right in matches order of the card, which started with the women's War Games match. I gave it a 4-star, and I really enjoyed the match. The storytelling was great. The big question mark that I have after this match is what they're going to do with Bayley, because Bayley was the leader of Damage Control, and now it's looking like the powers are shifting, and she might even get the boot.
Definitely. I also gave this 4 stars. I think it was great storytelling. And, I'm somebody who's been a fan of Damage Control and what they've been able to do. I've always said that, they need to revitalize this SmackDown women's roster, and Damage Control has done a great job of that. But I do think that the true power in Damage Control does not lie in Bayley. It lies in Dakota Kai. So I'm very interested to see what's next. But heading right into the next match, the Intercontinental title match, it was Gunther defending with The Miz. Gunther able to retain. I gave this 4 stars. I thought it was a very good match. And listen, I'm not the biggest fan of The Miz, but I really wanted him to win. And from a certain point, it looked like he should have won.
Absolutely. The Miz just, whenever everybody starts doubting The Miz, they just forget how good he truly is. Miz put on a wrestling clinic today. Not today, Saturday. But he put on that wrestling clinic, and he made everybody realize how good he truly is. He is the best active Intercontinental Champion, so that was a huge hump that Gunther had to get over, and I also gave it 4 stars. So the next match I want to talk about is third match on the card, the Luchadors. You have Santos Escobar against Dragon Lee, and I gave this match 3.5 stars because there's one match that I think was a little bit under this par, but I really enjoyed the match, and Santos is showing that his heel run is going to be something special.
But we said that we need to do something with Santos Escobar's character. WWE needed to make a push after, failing with that whole U.S. title run. I'm glad that he turned heel, and I'm glad that somebody like Dragon Lee is getting a push, some guy who they're priming up to be the next Rey Mysterio. So while this wasn't the best match on the card, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. So I also gave it a 3. But the match that you and I both agree was probably the worst of the night was the women's world title match. Rhea Ripley defending against Zoe Stark. She was able to retain, but you and I both talked about it this morning. We said that there is nobody right now who is going to beat Rhea Ripley. There is nobody as talented, and knowing the popularity that Ripley has, WWE does not want to see her lose.
Absolutely, and that's why I gave this match 3 stars, and you did give it 2. You're a little bit more harsh than I was, but everybody knew the result coming in. No one's going to beat Mommy. And that's just the fact of the matter. No one's going to beat her until maybe Jade Cargill when it comes to WrestleMania. But that was the match that let everybody catch their breath, everybody relaxed for the big main event, the 5-on-5 men's War Games match, and it was amazing. Match of the night, maybe match of the year. I gave it 5 stars. The storytelling between just the long-winded story between the Judgment Day, between Randy Orton coming back, seeing all these people who thoroughly hate each other fully fight against each other in a brutal match was something great to see, and I loved the way they did it perfectly.
I also gave this match 5 stars. I mean, there was nothing wrong with this match. I had no complaints. It was great right from the get-go. They put in Finn Balor and Seth freaking Rollins, going back to the 7-year-long rivalry that they've had, and then slowly bringing everybody in. It was a full-fledged bad guys, good guys match, and Randy Orton's return right as Damian Priest is going to cash in is just really something that makes up dreams. So I had no problem with it at all. So I think as a whole, I gave the show a 4. Obviously, there were matches that weren't as good as the other ones, but I do think this is one of the better live events of the year. I was very happy with it.
I agree, and I gave it a 4.75. You can't have a perfect show. It's not possible. This was easily the best premium live event of the year. Just all the returns, the storytelling, just even the in-ring ability of everything was just, it was electric in the wise words of Michael Cole, and I absolutely loved it.
Next, we have to take a look at what is drawing in the most headlines. Right now, the return of CM Punk. What are your thoughts on the return, and tell us what you want to see from him in his WWE run. Adrianna, over to you.
First off, shout out to Creative, shout out to Triple H for being able to get this done. I did not think it was going to happen. the last time that CM Punk left WWE, he didn't have some nice things to say. He went over to that other wrestling company that I will not name.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. But then ended up having a dispute with that owner, ended up being a free agent for a little bit. So I'm very happy that they brought him back, actually. A lot of people, were undecided about, their feelings on CM Punk coming back, not coming back. But I think this opens up the door for WWE, and we have seen it because it is our most viewed clip on all social medias. It is our most viewed clip on Twitter. To have WWE bring in this talent, and when you talk to non-wrestling fans, they can name The Rock, they can name John Cena, they can name The Undertaker, they can also name CM Punk. So bringing this guy back is going to do wonders for the company. Now, in terms of booking and who I'd like to see CM Punk go up against, I've got two names that come to mind. Obviously, the first one is Seth Rollins. This is a feud that they are going to start. In this week's Raw, it happened about a half hour ago. Seth Rollins came out to do a promo, and the fans were chanting CM Punk at him. Seth Rollins is not a guy who likes CM Punk, so I think that that's a feud that they can take far. The other guy, and you have to hear me out and listen to me on this when I say it, Dom Mysterio. And you might be like, okay, hang on. But no, let me explain. It's long-term storytelling. SmackDown, 2010. CM Punk does a promo in front of Rey Mysterio and his whole family. And he calls Rey Mysterio a coward, and Dominic is there to watch his father, back when Dominic still liked his father. Now you've gotten to this point 13 years later. The Mysterios have had their feud. Rey Mysterio has fought his own son at WrestleMania. He's punched his own son. And CM Punk says, I really would have liked to have punched Dominic. I think that that is great long-term storytelling, but it might also give Dominic Mysterio that push he needs to go from this little NXT champion to some guy who might really be the future of this company.
I'm going to go right back to your Seth Rollins quote, and it's true. They don't like each other. It's no secret. Seth Rollins really doesn't like him, but the reaction was staged. Seth Rollins freaking out, flipping him the bird, saying expletives towards him from across the ramp. It's fake. But it's going to lead to a great WrestleMania match. And that's why I'm so excited to have CM Punk back, because I see Seth Rollins carrying that title all the way to WrestleMania in Philly. And then CM Punk's going to beat Seth Rollins. And then this is where my fun fantasy booking comes in. I think Damian Priest cashes in, takes the title, and Damian Priest is the biggest heel in the history of wrestling when he does that. The other one I want to see, I'll make it brief, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. It's star power at its finest. The biggest thing that they need to worry about is making sure that if they do it, they need to time it right. Because if Roman Reigns has this feud with CM Punk while he has the title, it could tarnish the entire reign that Roman's had.
Looking at the other return in Randy Orton being less of a surprise, let's do the same for him. Joey, what do you think?
Randy Orton is such a wild card, and that's why you love him. He's the Viper. He's the legend killer. And I'm very excited to see it, but the person I want to see him go against is Gunther, because I truly believe seeing Randy Orton try and hit an RKO on someone that massive and that athletic and strong is going to be just fireworks. They've never even gone anywhere close to each other in the ring, so I feel like that's going to be a bunch of worlds colliding that I would love for Randy to see.
I definitely like that a lot, and we've talked about how hard it is to find somebody who has Gunther's athletic build. He's a big dude and he's a strong dude, and that's somebody like Randy Orton, honestly. He came back after a year and a half off from injury, and he looked great. He put on probably about 10 pounds of muscle, so he can definitely do that. But my pick for Randy Orton, going back to the Punisher, Damian Priest. Obviously fighting against Randy Orton at War Games, but I think this could set Damian Priest up for a good thing, and we don't know what's going to happen with the Judgment Day. That's not a totally set in stone faction. Yes, it's the most powerful faction in WWE right now, no doubt, but who knows if they're going to last forever? Who knows if they're even going to make it to the end of the year? So if they can set up something with Damian Priest, I think it could put him on a really great singles run.
Whether it's the record scratch of cult of personality making fans scream in shock, or finally seeing another RKO after being without it for a long time, WWE has a lot of unanswered questions that fans are looking to have answered as they gear towards road to WrestleMania. For Adrianna Gallucci and Joey David, I'm Nico Rodriguez. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Penn State Sports Night. Have a good night.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like, and follow our socials down below.
And as always, we are
Penn State Sports Night.